Hello guys. This is going to be fun. This bit is entirely ad-libbed because I don't have a script for this bit, but essentially what has been going on over the last week or so is I have been doing this room. This is not the end result at all. This is as it starts. I'm going to do a little bit of a tour to show you what this room is in its current state and show you, by the end, how it's changed. So before I do that, I'm going to explain a little bit of a rationale as to why I am doing this. This room has not really seen any brand new furniture of note except for a bookcase since the first time I put stuff in this office in 2018. This has basically remained as is since then, since the start of 2018. And I've outgrown it. This isn't enough right now. And to be honest, it could also do with a massive clean out anyway, because as you'll see, the back of the monitors is terrifying. So suffice it to say, this needs doing, and it will be done over the next week. I already know what I'm going to do. I already know what colour I'm going to do the walls, because that's going to be painted. In fact, I'll go over the process now. The process will be to completely clear this room out on Wednesday. For Thursday, the walls will be painted. I already know what colour it will be painted in. You will see in just a minute. Day 3 will be glossing for the skirting boards and the door. Day 4 will be cleaning the carpet. The carpet is in a fairly dire need of care, partly because this thing is heavy and it just crunches over it. That could take well, washing the carpet won't take too long. It's a matter of letting it dry. That's the problem, because it can take days. And this is the winter. Now granted, the winter isn't too bad right now. It's unseasonably mild, I'd put it. So right now, that won't be too much of a concern. Hopefully, it will be dry by the next day, by which point we'll be putting up furniture, and I know exactly what I'm going to get, because I have planned this for weeks and we're about to get it done. I honestly can't wait to get it done. I am actually stoked. So, with that in mind, allow me to take you on a magical mystery tour around the hellhole. Is this working? Yep, there we go. Okay, widest aperture, here we go. So, I'm going to try and not shake this too much because the microphone on this is a bit funky. So, here is the room itself. Let's start here, where there is a bin and a bin bag. The bag is full of all sorts of cables and guff and all of that stuff. That's going to need clearing out. Behind that is a little XLR, well, I say a massive XLR cable. 5 metre one. These are all most of my copies of Edge magazine. There's a few that haven't gone into any racks yet because there isn't enough space. There's my PS2 games right there. There's a couple there. That big blue thing, if you can even see it, is my copy of my set of the what is it called again? The Art of Computer Programming by Donald Knuth. There's a whole bunch of records. There's a whole bunch more records just filling out the whole thing. I literally can't buy any more records because if I do, there's a chance that I'll just end up squeezing them. So right now, oh yeah, there's the Super Famicom. I forgot about that. Yeah, so that's the problem there. That's a rat's nest with a copy of one Q84 just hanging about there. There's my computer. Old Faithful. I call it Daytona. There is the nuisance of a interface right there. And a whole bunch of other things. There's my Oculus Rift. I haven't used that for a bit, and I don't think I'll be able to use it for a bit either. There's the bastard of a router. There's the Sony Hi-Fi thing that I will be getting rid of as part of all of this, and there's a whole bunch of other guff over there. And there's my turntable. I should probably remove the record from that now that I think about it, but that's going to have to wait. There's a whole bunch of pens, bag, my Switch Pro controller that I got for Christmas, and hey, that's the microphone you're listening to right now. It sounds a bit scuffed, doesn't it? And rat's nest. Oh hey, there's my camera position. Switch. So, over to the desk, we have the monitor and the other monitor. This is the main one that I use. When it comes to doing this room, this one will allow me to work on the videos a bit better. In part because it's an IPS panel, so better colour reproduction, but also because this thing is a bastard at the best of times. This is a 144Hz monitor. It's from around the time that these kinds of monitors were coming into the forefront, and this is from 2015, so yeah, it's fun. The desk, it's knackered. You probably can't see that, but this is probably the most useless torch on my phone ever, but I'm going to give it a shot. There it is. Nope, you can't see that. Well done. Let me just drag this thing down. There we go. There we go. You can see how knackered that is now. Look, that upper support is bowed because I keep resting my feet on it, and the bottom one isn't even attached on one end. So yeah, that's fun. Also, cables rat's nest that I want to get rid of. And there's a label printer that will soon see its use tomorrow for the first time in ages. There's the headphone stand that I got primarily for these boys here, the Mezes. Thank you, Dank Pots, for ruining me. And yeah, I am trying to learn Japanese. I promise. I swear, I'm doing it. And now, just hell. There's my diary, earphones, box of tissues, the Inagami Curse for some reason, paper, a copy of Metroid Prime 2 just chilling here, bunches of copies of Edge magazine around here as well, a PS1. I think that's the PS3 there. GameCube there. This is a mess. This is even worse. It's yeah. It needs clearing, like really badly. There's my paw wheel there. I need to get better pedals for that. Right now, the pedals are buggered. Suffice it to say, this room is going to need a massive overhaul. The curtains are going to be removed. They're going to be replaced. Pretty much the only things that are going to be static, well, I say static, they're not going to change, are the bookcase. That's the newest thing in the room, pretty much. And this dude here, which has the microphone on it. So, funny story with these things. I bought these about a year and a half ago, and these are placed around the room in such a way that they are optimal for recording my voice, and that's about it. So, the problem with these things is that what I've been trying to do is avoid damaging them. As you can see, that hasn't really come to pass because they've got nails in them, unlike these ones. The problem with these ones is that they have command strips on the back, and that isn't going to be very useful because this is textured wallpaper. So this, well, these, in fact, do any of these fall off? No. Wow, they've actually decided to stick on. That's a surprise. These two didn't. They're down there now. So, essentially, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting rid of these, actually. I'm going to replace these with something of a better system. I'm probably going to replace these with larger pads, larger foam pads, and put them onto plywood and mount them that way. And that has just died. Oh god. Yeah. Progress of a sort. No computer now. That's gone away for now. No shelf. But we do have wildlife. Look at it. Also, there's this shelf as well, so that's moved into here for the time being, with all of the crud. And there's my records. Sarah's looking at you. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I better shut the door actually. So, the colours. This is what I've been looking at as far as colours for this room, and this one, rock salt. This is what we've got right now. No, that's the one that we've got right now, magnolia. It's a little bit faded, as you could probably... No, that's magnolia. Okay, that's magnolia. That's what we've got right now. This is what we'll be using for this room. It's a bit cooler, so that should be good in the summer. More progress. We have finally got rid of the old Billy as well, now that the decorating stuff is in here. There's not really much that needs... Well, there is a fair bit that needs to be removed from here, but that won't take too long, hopefully. Just got to dismantle this desk after we've taken everything else off of it. Yeah, that shouldn't take too long. It is now... Oh god, I don't know what time it is. Probably 8 o'clock or something. 8:30, whatever. You want to see a liminal space? This room is empty, pretty much. Just stuff for decorating here. The only other stuff are other things that are on the desk, on the chair right now, because that's staying in here for the moment. Apart from that, not a thing in here. Just absolutely empty. Just the last time it's been like this was 4 years ago, really. There's where the chair was. You can see it. So yeah, 4 years ago, that was when I last did this room, and that was already empty from a few months prior to that. Yeah, would you like a futon? The only thing is, you're missing out on what's happening in here, because... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, so day 2. It is about 9:30 right now in the morning, and there are a few things that are going to be done today. So, first things first, we are going to fill in these holes that are dotted around this room. Now, this is the wall that I had 12 foam panels on for the sound deadening. What I had to do was nail them to the wall because they just would not stick down properly with the command strips that I used on this wall. And even then, the ones that did, there were 10 of them that stuck up, mostly without problems. 2 of them just absolutely would not. I better remove that now that I think about it. Yeah. And of course there's also this, and there's also a couple of wires that need to be removed from here, so we're going to clip that off and push that back through. There's one down there where we've got to do the same, and then once those holes are filled in, and the not the wallpaper, the ceiling paper. Yes, this room has papered ceiling. Because it's basically just chipboard underneath that. So over there, that's where it's at its worst, where it's a bit humpy. I'll see if I can press that in. Oh. Can you see that? I don't know if you can because the screen on the camera just turned off. This is the colour that I'm going for, rock salt. We've got 2 tins of it down there. Yep, there we go, 2 tins. Oh yeah, there's furniture. I'll be going to IKEA later to buy some furniture. That won't be put up until like Sunday, but by then we'll have a something resembling an office. Yeah. I'm going to have to be fairly careful with how I frame this because the window is open. So that's some of the paint that's on there. In fact, that's probably still overexposed. That's a 100. There we go. So, wow, this really is overexposed. Right, I think that's a good illustration there. That is the rock salt. That's the magnolia that was on there. This is white emulsion because there's a whole bunch of grey here for some reason that I won't go into. So yeah, that's the progress so far. The bit around the window, this alcove here, the ceiling has been emulsioned. It's a little bit patchy in places, but I'm sure it will be fine in the end. Just needs to dry. So yeah, all we need to do now is just do the rest of the room, and later on I'll be going to IKEA. Okay, once again I've got to be careful with the camera because the blinds are still off. So yeah, things have been brought back into the room, and painting has happened. The ceiling has been given its coat of emulsion, and most of the walls, this is the only one that hasn't seen any emulsion on it. These have, and this one in particular is a bit spotty. It still needs cutting in. I'm not very good at cutting in, my mother tends to do that. So once all that's done, everything can be sorted out. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that the painting has gone on so far. Just need to go to IKEA and pick some stuff up, hopefully soon. Probably in the next half hour, well, not quite half hour, probably 3/4 an hour, an hour, whatever. Yeah. Also, this here is a panda. It stares at you as you sleep. Okay, so this is actually day 4. Didn't record anything for day 3 because I haven't really had access to the room whilst my mother has been doing the gloss, because she can work her way around that and I can't. So this is what's happened. The room is now pretty damn fresh. This will look a little warmer on the footage than it actually is. It's quite a cool room in here. Quite blue. Just a slight tinge of blue. In fact, if I bring... Actually, no. We'll start with the gloss. So, the door has been glossed. Again, because it always is. And you can tell the difference immediately. Like, this is the old gloss. And this is the new gloss. Not too close. Just look at the difference, and for confirmation, there, that's wild. The exterior isn't getting done because it would clash with everything else out here. So yeah, that's insane. Also, this wall has been given its emulsion. Bringing it all together. There's now only a few things that need being done with this room. First is putting the blind up. That's going to be necessary because I want to be able to show you more of the room, but I can't because if I show the front, you're going to see what's out front and you'll know where I live and I've also got to do little nooks in here because those got missed. And what I was going to do was clean this and varnish it, the door for the cupboard that's over the stairs. Didn't end up doing that. That's probably going to be another time, or if I can think of something else that would work for it. Probably is a whiteboard. Stuff will probably end up back here anyway, so not really much point in doing that. But yeah, today is basically going to be clean-up day. So my mother's already ran a vacuum. I'm going to run the carpet washer on here. It's a carpet washer that I haven't ever used before. We've had it for like, I want to say nearly 20 years. It's cast off from my grandmother actually. We're likely going to get a new one at some point in the future when every room gets a new carpet. But that's a ways off. That's going to be when the bedrooms get done. So yeah, that's what's happened for day 3 and the first part of day 4. Now, I'm just going to leave that for now. This is going to be given a little bit of a scrub to see if it needs painting. If it does need painting, then that's fine. It only takes about half an hour for it to dry. So, yeah, that's that for now. And yep, that's the carpet wash now. It's not completely clean. There are some splodges here and there of like paint or ink or like tea or coffee or whatever that's just been left there, but for the most part it's clean. All that needs to be done now is just to wait for the carpet to dry because it's a little damp. This should be dry by the morning easily. Right now, I can't do anything else with the room. The only thing I could really do is just get the paint and stick it in there if I so wanted to, but right now I don't think it's worth it. I will see to that when the room is done. But yeah, in fact, as an example of just how bright this room is, I'm going to grab this. So, I've been to IKEA, and that is the lightness of the room. What you'll see is this is white, this is a very, very light grey. You can tell that because this is slightly blue, and in fact the blue is kind of reflecting in this a little bit. So yeah, I am very pleased with this. It looks a little yellow, it's just that the camera is set to a bit of a warmer setting for white balance. Yeah, that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Oh god. Oh hey, the blind's up. So this is day 5 now and everything is looking fresh. The only problem is, right behind me is all of this stuff. IKEA furniture. Oh dear. Don't mind the Daytona 24 on there. So this is going to be my job for today. I'm going to have the room rebuilt so that I can have the computer in here and the monitors and hopefully the turntable and the printer. Now there are a couple other things for this room that there are going to be. I'm not going to bring the bookcase in yet because that's I'm going to hold off on that for the time being because I want to wait until I've got different surge protectors, and that also means the floating shelf that's going to go around here, that's not going to be installed yet, so I'm going to wait until I've got better surge protectors, and yeah, hopefully this goes well. I have just had lunch, and this is where we are at now. We have a desk. I think the leg is in the wrong place now I think about it, but all in all, this is going not super smoothly, but smoothly enough. There's my bottle of sugary mud. This still needs to be put up. These still need to be put up. There's 3 of them there, with a few other bits and pieces that need doing. Funny thing with that, the little boards that you put in them to put stuff on, they're in the wrong way. I can't really do anything about that now because you have to hammer things. You have to hammer things in the sides. But here we are. This hasn't gone too bad actually. To be fair, I was expecting it to go worse than it actually has. But yeah, this we're going well. Just need to do a few more things, and then I can start putting the computer back in. That's the aim for this evening. Ideally this afternoon. If I can get the computer back in, we're golden. The desk is built. It is done. Well, this part is at least. There's just a couple things. Well, there's just the cable gutter that I need to install underneath this. But the drawers are in. Those are the wrong way round. But don't worry about that because they're the right way round here. So at least I'm consistently inconsistent. Also, this is making the room slightly more echoey now because there's more stuff in here. But yeah, it's finally being done. Thank God. And that is all the furniture that needs to be built. This thing was a bastard to put up. Oh God. It puts in the manual that you're supposed to have 2 people, and I can see why. The only thing is, that wasn't what caught me out. This particular bit here. Because unless you pay very, very close attention, you will not be able to see the little holes in the side there. And it's because of that it wasn't fitting properly and I was having kittens. So that's that done. One funky thing about this is the amount of plastic clips that you have to put in. Not those kinds of things. Where are they? That's for fixing it to the wall. Yeah, there we go. So there's little plugs that you have to put in 10 places, and then you have to put plastic nails pretty much in that. Similar sort of deal. 6 inserts, then 6 more clips in that. But the end result, it's very nice. This is echoey as all hell now, but it's all very good because it means I can store things. Say hi, Jean-Michel Jarre. And we are online, which is great. So, the desk has been prepared roughly. It's for the night. There's my amp, or my interface I should say, power sockets, monitors, computer. That until the other day I didn't realise had a crack in the screen on the side of it. Oh well. Might replace the case at some point. Don't know. It'd be ideal for it to be smaller anyway, given the limited space that I have. But now is the moment of truth. Make sure that's on. Yep, that's on. Let's power her up. Yeah. Let's go. Come on, do this, do this. Do this. Hey. Come on. Come on. You've got to find something. Come on. Keep doing this. Keep doing this. Bruh. Oh, hello. I think it's because it's a bit too taut, that cable. Or something. I don't know. It hasn't displayed anything. Give me a moment. Oh. That works. Hey, we're up. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to stop now and I'm going to sort whatever's ailing this thing. So, burp. We're good. I've just replaced the cable. That was a simple fix. But yeah, we are, for all intents and purposes, back up and running. So, I'm going to spend the rest of the night just faffing around. Yeah. And we are back, pretty much set up. The turntable is there, the printer is there. In here, I'm going to have to move all this now. Those are the boxes for the light stand, and that's the light stand for me. Yeah. I'll sit it on the chair. Good. So, in here, there's the consoles. That's not very bright. There's the consoles as well. Those are the PlayStation 1, PS4, PS1 and PS2 in order. Over here is the GameCube and the Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom. Close that. Over here, right now, is just a bag with things on it and some vinyl records. On the bookcase, which I decided I'd put in here, there's the PS2 games. There's the not the PS, whatever's. Super Famicom games. There's space there for if I want to get more PS2 games. And there's a litany of magazines, some of which don't have a rack yet. I'm going to have to buy some more of those. But yeah, the office is taking shape. The only things that need doing and can't be done immediately is putting the shelf up. I can't do that right now because I don't have screws to go in the wall. These are the screws it comes with, and they're designed to hold the shelf itself onto the bracket. I don't have the screws needed, so we're not going to do that yet. But all being well, we should be able to do stuff. The only downside is there's still all of this here, but I can't really get rid of any of this right now. So it is what it is. I also need to sound treat this place out. Oopsie. Yeah, it's still very echoey. Don't really have any immediate remedies for this. So, 'tis what 'tis. I will look at getting some stuff for this later. And I think that's going to be it for now. There's going to be a lot of work that will have to be done in order to improve the room and make this perfectly suitable for making videos in. For now, it's not so bad, but there's more work that needs to be done. What will need to be done primarily is putting foam panels on the walls so that the echo isn't so bad. Because right now, it's fairly echoey, as you can probably tell. Aside from that though, what we're also going to have to do is make some allowances and modifications for the recording setup in here, because the camera is quite a ways away from me here. It's about 1.5 meters, I want to say, which is probably why this looks so zoomed in, but for what it is, it's not so bad. Other than all of that, I am quite content with this room. I've got my setup here, I've got the monitors, I've got the space for anything that I need to do. This has been a resounding success. And with that, that's going to bring this to an end. If you enjoyed this, please check out my other things that I have done so far. My most recent videos have mainly been reviews, one of which is Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime as well. Go check those out, they're pretty decent. And if you want to check out any other things that I do, I will get back into streaming, promise. And there is also my Twitter in the description to keep up to date with everything that I'm up to. And there is also my website, daniellearmouth.com, which has my list of imports that I have accrued over the years. But with all of that being said, this has been Daniel Learmouth. Sidhi, I now need to rest.